pick it out. Maybe not
Oh,
this
listen
time
to that
around.
crowd, though.
Ooh,
There's a lot of LPL in this crowd.
In the meantime, of course, don't forget you can link your league account with Prime Gaming to receive digital goods. The digital goods will help, but they will not stop the incredible energy of the LPL fans in the audience.
So many EDG signs, banners, flags, fans. The favorites in the crowd, Flandre and Wunder find each other. No spell picked up for Flandre, gets the E now. Goes in, gets the grass proc.
They're just both so thick.
The bonk versus the belly. Who's gonna win? Epic battle. Bonk versus belly. Belly wins round 1.
Late invade round 2 though. The bot side wants to get themselves a little bit of fighting going on. Scout is gonna find
Meiko.
them.
Handshake, no, the flash.
It's a little early for the Fnatic brush, but they started out level 1. They get the flash out of the Viktor, so vulnerable.
Flandre's on the way down though. He has E. He can afford to help his team out and then TP back top. Fnatic, this could backfire very quickly. Will they spot the Gragas?
Going in, Lee's level 1, so incredibly strong. He's been pulled back into the team. Exhaust already going down. One Yuumi spell taken out, but Upset forced to cleanse away. In the meantime, big damage from the center of the boomerang. Viper first blood. Massive for the side of EDG. Hylissang ignited. Now JJ keeping him going in. The extra movement speed. He can flash out to safety. Disaster for Fnatic! A beautiful start for EDG!
Viper gets everything! He comes into this tournament heralded as the best AD carry in the world. He's playing scaling Sivir Yuumi. He gets dodge on the Q for Razork. But Viper, the story of this game now is going to be massive advantage. Wait, can they? He doesn't have smite. Okay, nope. Razork will secure this one, guaranteed.
We'll get the level 2. Pinks down onto that ward. Viper's basing already. He just got 2 kills. That's 700 gold with the first blood. What's he going to pick up? Long swords. Could look for a pickaxe coming back with that wave as well. JJ's now hovering mid. Wants to go into Razork's topside jungle.
Red buff auto? Oh!
Humanoid still in good spirits, hitting him with the emo, holding on, but again, disastrous start. 1K gold lead this early into the game, 2-0. Sivir coming back to lane with a pickaxe, hasn't even got there yet.
Take a look at this one again, because Fnatic start up the red buff. Looks good in the 3v3 with Kalista Renata. Yes, they do decide to start running away, though, because they see Scout collapsing before Humanoid, and I think they're aware that Flandre is not showing in lane, so the call is just get out, but Viper goes in, gets the kill onto Upset, gets the lethal tempo off. Auto attack moves straight down through Hylissang, and then as he flashes over, gets the last auto, Ignite's vision helps out. Q slam dunk. Razork's in trouble though.
In trouble, flashing out to safety. Level 3 just barely taking over. This has been a rough few minutes for the side of Fnatic. So hard for them to win that level 1. JJ level 1 on the Lee Sin, so powerful.
Viper and Meiko, the guardians of the jungle too. They get so much out of Razork. Him now having to flash away as well, getting pushed off of stealing those raptors. Now they return to lane though.
Gave up a little bit, bot slightly paranoid that maybe Razork was still hovering around. Very low health bars, but you talk about good spirits. Actually, the player cam for Humanoid, when they got the double kill onto Viper, he was just laughing. So Humanoid's probably kind of like, well, bot's lost, guys. So JJ's second time through mid, getting Scout a little bit of a push out.
Yeah, it was actually a perfect combo to have Sivir and Yuumi with the move speed, chasing them down, getting those double kills, and now with the pickaxe, completely changes the story that we set up in draft for how this game is supposed to play out. You know, with the Kalista Renata having no summoner spells, it's going to be much more difficult for Fnatic to actually implement their game plan of punishing on that side.
So Upset and Hilly have just pushed out bot waves, and they're going to take a base now because I think they realize they need to have some kind of items to match Viper. Viper could decide to fast push this wave, but he'll slow stack it, and then the bot lane gold will be slightly even in terms of itemization. Not in favor of Fnatic still, as they will stack that bot wave. Could look for an early Drake. JJ still yet to base. Razork's come out with boots. Good trading in top.
And I think bottom lane could remain very volatile here. Without all of those flashes, all the excitement on bottom side, could see a path right back to that side of the map. Right now, though, Razork looks like he's going to go for top crab after these Raptors, with JJ also pathing up towards the top half of the map.
Meiko summoner spell is right around the corner. Hylissang still holding onto the night. Upset will have the cleanse back up at the same time, though, so it won't be a huge issue. See what Razork can get done in this early game. So far, JJ making good on the Lee Sin early on, but just going to eye each other up as Humanoid for now keeping the pressure in the mid lane.
Also helps so much for Scout, who got his flash blown really early in the level 1 on the invade. So not have to worry about the flash poppy charges.
Ooh, hurts.
Yeah.
A little bit of chunk there. 2 points in the queue with the pickaxe. Hilly will have to pop the potion. We expect a lot of action down towards this box side, and every time Razork kind of pokes his head into the enemy jungle, JJ's either there to cover him off, or Viper's looking to collapse and help out his jungler. Humanoid has a little bit of mid-push. We saw... Hang on a second, Razork's looking for Viper. The flash isn't up just yet.
Spell shield available, stepping forward. Spell shield already gone, waiting it out. Now going to knock him back in. The handshake is going to be cleaning up. Viper Will not be able to cut him down. Big damage. Now they're responding back. Hylissang was not ready for JJ there. The flash in the E. Oh my God. EDG bot side is slaughtering Fnatic.
JJ reads it. As we're saying, no summoner spells. Just before those flashes come up on the bottom side, JJ tracks it. He follows Razork and lays more devastation.
Perfect positioning by JJ to turn that fight. It looked good for Fnatic, but I think Viper's cleanse was almost instantaneous on the handshake. Razork waits out spell shield with Q to knock him back. Let's watch the handshake here, because the second it lands, I think it's insta cleanse. Viper runs out. Meiko jumps on top of him with the shield passive. Then JJ lands the Q onto Hilly. No flash. Around 10-15 seconds till upsets is up as well. So he just gap closes with his own flash and gets the second.
Yeah, flashes forward. Ward hops as well, chasing them out of the bottom lane. EDG playing around their early lead so well. That's 3 kills now for Viper.
And the early power of the Kalista is gone. The Sivir almost has one item already at this point in the game. This is so incredibly difficult now for Fnatic to play out. They still have so many great team fighting tools, but this kind of deficit is unprecedented for a Kalista in the tournament so far.
They always talk about money buying power, and that is definitely going to be the case here for Viper. So loaded in the bottom side of the map.
See what EDG can get done with it. Dragon's still up. JJ's on this bottom side. Could be an easy start after the red buff. Razork already pinging down to this bot side river, looking to contest it, and Fnatic don't have many options. Yes, you can go top as Razork and try to kill Flandre, get his flash maybe, but then your bot lane's just so exposed, and that's your main win condition. As much as it's really far behind right now, they're gonna have to keep trying, but this damage from Viper is absurd.
These Qs are just hitting like a truck both ways, and he keeps poking out Hylissang. Hylissang now out of potion, out of refill.
Oh, spotted out, now running back to safety. Razork getting hit by the prowling projectile, but will make it out in the end.
Thank goodness for phase rush there.
Ooh, Q goes a little wide.
Yeah, just about misses there. JJ, it looks like he wants to recall. Razork still trying to find some kind of vision in his bot side jungle. Look for JJ, look for plays, has the tier 2 boots, and looks towards mid now. Herald spawning in 10 seconds. Hilly's taking a base. Viper's moving up this this bot river. See if he full rotates for this Herald. I think that'll be the option for Fnatic here. Maybe they can look for a fight around it. A little bit of vision placed down. They're going to go back to bot wave. Scout's going to get a little bit of vision on the top side. River, Wunder gets his base cancelled, and no TP for him. Both sides, Fnatic and EDG here, neither going towards the Herald just yet.
One of the big points of power here for Fnatic, though, has been Humanoid. He pushes in mid lane, see if he can get a chunk on Scout as he tries to get back to the wave. A little bit of extra damage and setup as the Rift Herald is here and all the pings come out. They start rotating early for EDG. Sivir and Yuumi on the way up.
Will it be enough? Humanoid obviously prioritizing the draft as a champion that he's done so incredibly well on domestically and internationally now as well. See what he can get done. Viper moving into mid lane, ready to clear this wave out. Is Flandre looking for a bit of a fight here? Just uses the ult, I guess, getting Wunder lower and lower. You got Hylissang slowly moving closer to the top side. Razork and Hylissang on the chase, however. Waiting for the knockback. Is going to get him out. Could try to finish the Herald down, but Scout moving up. Viper moving up. It's going to be a big man different. Razork, can he get it? 1K getting lower.
Oh, he got it.
Takes it. Makes his way out, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to grab the eye.
Thank you for the leash, Razork. He waits until the Herald is down to 2,500 health, ejects JJ, perfect ultimate there, and is able to smite, take it away. You still get the extra 200 gold on it. Yes, you won't be able to get the eyeball for the Rift Herald, but you deny it from EDG, and you get the kill gold on the Rift Herald.
Razork pulls off Mission Impossible, really. 4v5 on the top side. Wunder was chunked out, and Viper was hovering around mid for so long that maybe he thought the objective was just as good as secured. Razork gets out, upset, gets bot waves in, manages to get a plate and even up this CS deficit, so EDG's game plan slightly falling apart. Won't affect them too much though, because of course Razork didn't pick up the buff.
And credit to Razork, ultimately, even if he didn't get the buff, he's pulling ahead in terms of jungle CS pretty massively, about 20 in the lead overall, equivalent of 5 camps, and on top of that, he's been able to go bot lane a lot of times. Yes, it ultimately turned against him, but despite those individual deficits, despite the bot lane falling down, he individually is pulling ahead.
Yeah, 300 gold steal for him, denies it from EDG to keep on pushing. It's plays like those where you should have EDG, you know, with all these numbers on top side, have full priority over it, but Razork says no before the rotation comes through from the bottom lane. All right, let's get the reset though. They've got a long way to go if they still want out of this. Tackle into the wall.
He's knocked in. Quick kick out, stops it from coming up in any future fight, at least until it's back on cooldown.
And I will say, despite the level 1, Razork and JJ have been meeting each other on every single point of the map. Every single time one of them pokes their head into river or looks for a gank, the other one is there to respond. Razork getting the better hand there. Initial vision, manages to get the chunk out, and of course Hylissang was first to the move. Wunder looking for a knock-up on the Flandre, will miss. Very even in top lane. We saw a lot of back and forth. Flandre almost found an all-in, but the CS exactly the same.
Looks like we are going to congregate around bottom lane once again. Both junglers mirroring here. Razork with a level lead now.
Dragon started. Are they going to commit to it? Just leashed for now. And I got to be honest, guys. We've seen this one a few times. Fnatic did not have a good time at the last party. I get nervous every time they invite themselves again.
And if you look at Fnatic throughout the course of the tournament, Upset's been a staple carry, but Humanoid's also had a fantastic tournament as well, especially on champs like the Azir. I'll hold that thought a second as Scout uses the ult to contest the wave. Looks like he had to flash there off screen. Humanoid looked to shuffle him into Razork, so flash down for Scout will help Humanoid get the push, but small CS lead accruing for him. He's kind of been the rock for Fnatic in terms of winning his lane, being a late game threat. So Humanoid untouched, unfathomed just yet. It's the bot lane of Fnatic that's behind. CS is okay, but Viper already got his mythic to a noon quiver.
Yeah, look at him just annihilate these minion waves with his... Oh, okay, we're just gonna have them.
I love it, guys, because we're so ready for them to fist fight. The kid was like, I'm making a point. Wait, are they gonna die in the mid lane? I'm making a point. Wait, he's hex flashing. Is somebody gonna die?
Look how quickly, though, yeah, Viper just annihilates these minion waves. When you play the Sivir Yuumi and you get to push them in over and over with the just constantly harassing them under tower, it is a dream scenario.
Because essentially we know that Yuumi is so incredibly impactful the later and later we get into this game, and you've taken away the parts of the game where she might have been more vulnerable.
Oh, JJ actually transitions to the top side of the map and gives up the dragon to Fnatic. Fnatic pretty happy here with Wunder walking his way down on Ornn. Just comes to oversee the take of the dragon, and Fnatic, despite the early kills there on the EDG bottom lane, pick up dragon.
They've got them both neutral objectives. Wunder will TP back up here. A lot of plates are lost. I think they were lost a little bit earlier on, just more taken ever since he went towards that bot side, but they've got them both neutrals. Humanoid, pretty hefty CS lead, and it just slows down the EDG snowball. You know, they want to stack Drakes, they want to get Heralds, crack open towers with this early game lead, and this just buys more time for Fnatic. Biggest issue still is these bot lane items. They really need a mythic on Upset if they want to start contesting these fights. I wonder how EDG will start to snowball this game, because Herald is a couple of minutes away, the second Herald. Dragon's 4 minutes away. They don't really have many options to explode the game open, look for dives, or threaten Fnatic, whereas Fnatic's window is going to be mid. Scout had to use that flash on the initial Azir shuffle. Humanoid has it back up. Hilly's hovering around. Razork's going to get this crab. We'll see Flandre, though.
Knocked back. Wunder to see if he can get any potential follow-up. Just holding on a W, waiting as long as he can on the body slam. Flandre, nerves of steel.
Had to use the flash there. It was a bit of a spectator bug, but he had to invest the flash to avoid the knock-up. Upset might be in trouble, though. Could ward jump over? No, it's just a vision ward, so Upset should be okay. There's the jump.
Oh, dashing back, trying to get out to safety. Flash out to safety, but he's been rooted up, fishing for the angle, but the minion saving the day there for Upset.
Yeah, speaking of summoner spells, both summoner spells now burned on Upset. Hylissang's coming back down, but this EDG bottom side of the map has been so powerful, even if you bring everybody.
This man needs to make his way out. He's kicked back. Hylissang now running for his life. He's going to get the bailout. He's going to walk away for a few extra seconds, but Viper on a rampage.
Oh, why go down there? Scout, though, has no flash.
Out, knocked up, now going in. Humanoid throwing down the ultimate. Can they burn through the Viktor quickly enough? Yes, they can. Razork on the way as well. Fnatic responding in kind.
Fnatic trading there. Hilly just stepping up to clear a ward. Had no business in doing it. JJ's looking for something. No kick, though. Had to invest a kick flash to get Hilly down. Upset doesn't lose his bot tower. Top tower is still alive, so Fnatic have to run back to these lanes and cover the creeps.
Oh, man. How many times Viper and Meiko going to have to teach him? This is not your part of town.
Yes.
They walk over. JJ gets Meiko right on top of him. Immediate Q hit into flash. Able to get the kick back, and Hylissang, there's nowhere to go. Viper gets another kill. Good play here, though, from the solo lanes from Fnatic. Wunder gets Scout against the wall. Since he's got no flash, he is super dead.
He really is. Nowhere to go. Razork's on the other side as well. No escape for him. Humanoid saves the ultimate. They could look for a second setup here. It could shuffle him into Upset. Viper has the flash, though, so won't be a play to be made. Boy, he's going for it anyway.
Fishing for it anyway, waiting for the spell shield. Viper, again, good patience. Is able to walk away there. Of course, meanwhile on the top side, we're continuing to see Flandre take plate after plate after plate. They have fallen away now.
I like Humanoid going for that check on Viper too, trying to get a feel for how does he proc for summoner spell shield. Does not pull the trigger on his ultimate, gets the spell shield out really early, but they're going to make the rotation. 5k health left on this Rift Herald, and they're going to zone out Flandre at the same time. So power move from Fnatic. Will trade for the bottom side there for Viktor, but quite nice to get the Herald and a zoning.
Scout no TP. They're going to give this one up. Flandre invests the ult to clear out the wave. Doesn't have much mana to stick around. Has the TP if he wants to refresh that mana bar now. JJ is threatening mid. Upset, no flash. Could get caught out here, but they're looking for Flandre. Wunder cancels his base. Humanoid doesn't get the shuffle. I wonder what will happen mid though, because JJ is looking.
Hylissang waiting. Handshake could be big here. JJ level 9. Hylissang only level 7. They're going to shred through this one so quickly. Sivir just deleting that mid wave and now pressuring out the tower. It's just so hard for Fnatic to trade evenly with EDG.
Yeah, the pushing power of this Sivir being so fed early. It's 2 towers picked up for EDG, and only 1 here for Fnatic as they pick it up. Humanoid, though, wants more.
Flandre has no mana.
He has TP. I wonder if he has to just TP out here and just suck it up. It looks like he's going to run around. He might have to...
on the bottom side of the map, Razork running. Snare not quite going to connect. He's going to have to flash out to safety. Flandre out-maneuvering there. Looks like he had just enough mana for a body slam over the wall.
Looks can be deceptive, okay? That Gragas is very maneuverable around the map. Waddles all the way back around to his own side.
That's his base cancelled, and won't sting too much because I think EDG's next objective is this dragon on the bot side. We'll have TP for it. Does he stay for the wave? No, he's just going to take the base. Doesn't get cancelled on it either, and Humanoid's also going to base. Almost a 30 CS lead for him. Upset still even in CS with Viper, actually up a level because he's getting a lot of solo XP, but Viper very close to that level 9. Will ding over, will get the mid push. TP balls from Flandre, here comes a dragon fight.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see who can carry harder. Super fed Sivir in the mid game or Azir, Humanoid, trying to wait on his ultimate. If they could delay for Azir ultimate a little bit longer as well, definitely would be in a much better spot of fighting it. Humanoid was going towards top side, but he comes back out on the map towards mid lane here. A lot of vision control already set up for EDG deep into the blue quadrant.
Kick back, hitting 2, but now that cooldown not available for the fight. EDG forcing their way in. They have so much control of the area. Big poke onto Razork. That's going to hurt in the fight to come.
So much damage. Mid-wave contest coming in. Razork's going to pop the Herald to try to get these creeps in, tried to threaten the tower, so EDG have to respond. Flandre on the side. Humanoid dashes forward to chunk out Viper. Meiko on the Yuumi will have the sustain. Here comes Ornn.
All fishing for Scout, trying to take down the Viktor before the fight even starts. Now looking to knock back the rest of the team, but Razork is interrupted on the poppy charge. Scout still able to lay down the ultimate. Flandre off to the side, could just be the next on the list. Hylissang getting thrown in the bailout, now coming out, but he will not survive. Flandre getting cut down as well. Running, he's so damn tanky, but he will still drop. Fnatic now turning back onto the dragon.
Huge pick for Fnatic! They take down Scout, no Azir, 2-person disadvantage for EDG.
Taking around, Wunder finding the lockdown. Can they get the shutdown on the Viper? This could be everything. Razork now getting cut back. Viper still standing. The damage from the Sivir. Humanoid! Oh my goodness, the Azir carries harder.
How the hell did Fnatic win that fight? The second that Wunder dashed forwards and Viper lived, it looked like the turn would come through. JJ dashed forwards with so much confidence. Humanoid was on at least 1 or 2% health and they managed to find the turn.
Oh my, let's take a look at the first pick though. It's all Wunder. The Ornn pick onto Scout. Scout again getting picked off here early. Flashes later after he's already the victim of the knockup. Flandre tries to come down and they do exchange 1 for 1 and get out the Hylissang kill, but that is 2 members for 1 free dragon.
4 versus 3. Wunder tries to look for the turn, gets the knock up onto Viper. Razork tries to step forward, but so much damage coming out. Viper untouched. JJ flashes in, manages to take down Razork, but it's Humanoid who dashes, flashes in. Upset gets the rend while Viper's in the air, and Meiko, a lonely cat, gets taken down. Fnatic get the ace, they get the dragon. Humanoid versus Viper round 2.
Viper's still so incredibly powerful. That entire fight balanced on a nice edge. EDG with enough confidence to move back in despite the man disadvantage, and now the gold within touching distance.
Humanoid's just got ice in his veins. No fear at all. Flashes in, barely any health within the duration of that knockup. Before Viper hits the ground, they get the kill. Here's round 2 though on the dragon. EDG with positioning and vision seeing the approach of Fnatic. It looks like they will be the ones in the end to claim the prize.
Yeah, Dragon didn't fall off that fight. It's going to be a 1 for 1 in Dragons, even across the board. Infernal Soul spawns. Humanoid is going to go top to catch the wave. I think the biggest benefactor from that fight is Upset. He got a couple shutdowns, 700 gold I saw. Now he's sitting at 3-2-1, able to match Viper's items. Very close to that second one of the Rage Blade, and I think the game will quiet down a little bit for now. Baron is up with the Azir Kalista. Fnatic have good secure with the Sivir Viktor. EDG have a lot of scaling. Very similar comps across the board with tanks top, carries having to dish out damage, range supports, playmaking on the Lee Sin, more so defensive on the Poppy.
Very well highlighted, Caedrel. And we'll take a breath. Collectively, New York can just, deep breath. Because it's going to calm down for at least a brief moment. It's only 20 minutes. Neither team so far ahead that they can really start to contest this Baron quite yet. But we've seen, and you've highlighted, how similar the comps are. That means execution is going to be everything. But the EDG death ball gets scarier and scary. The Sivir ultimate, as we get later in the game, is so impactful.
It's just so fun to watch. These two teams delivering. The analyst that's also touching on the history between them, going all the way back to the very first MSI. This one means a lot for the group, though, as we went over. Fnatic currently down 1,000 gold. Dragon's been evened up, but they are 2-0 in the group, already getting positioning on Baron. Razork trying to clear out that vision, despite the existence of the Scuttle Crab here for EDG.
Both comps want to do the same thing, contest mid waves, try to get vision on the opposing jungles. Right now, Fnatic have defensive pinks. That one will get taken out in the river. EDG on the offensive as they're grouped up first. Humanoid pushing out top. He's going to take a base. Looks like he has the Shadow Flame on the recall, so he's calling his team to just back up, play safe, wait for him to come out of base. Doesn't have the TP. Flashes not off cooldown yet for either side of carries.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Scout. Viktor positioning has been critical for him, for EDG, for their success. He can't afford to get caught again.
No. Fnatic grouping, waiting over the wall, trying to find an angle. Handshake will not connect. EDG clearing out that vision. Very slow, very controlled game. Both sides knowing a single player mispositioning, whether it be Scout or anybody else on either side, could cost them the team fight, could cost them the Baron.
A lot of damage on that Yuumi Q. Flandre off the side. Could throw the barrel here onto Humanoid. Needs to be careful. Wunder will check the bush. Or will he? Flandre.
Body slam. Trading poke here. Flandre so incredibly tanky. Knockback. Wunder now isolated. Dashing back out to safety. Unstoppable for at least a brief moment. He knows he needs to ult. Knockback. Huge from Razork. Maybe now they can turn. Yuumi strapped to the back of Flandre. He will be fine. Viper pushing forward on the hunt used. Hylissang forced to use the ultimate, but no effect. He's just going to get burned down. Upset it to the side. Upset the last source of damage, but JJ's already landed the kick. He's going to go in. He's going to fish for it. Upset flashing out early. Oh! JJ just outplays. He expects the flash. He anticipates. And now Viper can clean house.
The engage from EDG. They're going to clean it up on Wunder. Pick up that last kill as well and turn to Baron.
There was signs of hope for Fnatic, but the mid-wave contest came through. The engage from EDG was flawless. First looking at Wunder and then finding the carries. Humanoid went a little bit too deep and he got punished for it. Upset soon fell shortly after with JJ's big play. EDG nets 4 kills and a Baron.
Yeah, Flandre in the brush. They get the chunk onto Wunder. The ultimate separates all of Fnatic apart for a great opening. And then it's really about the counter engage for EDG2 after they avoid the Ornn ultimate. So here's the initiation, splits the team, Wunder gets away, and then Ornn ult. They're trying to catch the Yuumi here.
Yep.
Humanoid wants to kill Yuumi because he thinks this Ornn knockup's gonna hit him, but Yuumi jumps onto Flandre at the last second, and then Humanoid is stuck in the river.
Exhausted, no flash, uses the ult preemptively, expecting someone to jump on top of him, and Scout's just free hitting. It's all on Upset then, but he has to be jumping away with the Hylissang Q on top of it. Initially flashes, but the second he goes forward, JJ then re-engages the kick. 2 big shutdowns over to the Yuumi, and from that point onwards, Fnatic no carries, Fnatic no hope. EDG run them down and get the Nash.
That juicy Yuumi floating there in the river, looking like it's about to get knocked up. Can't get it, and then destroyed by EDG. Pick them apart. Now with the Baron buff, how much can they push on?
Ooh, building a big difference in terms of the gold overall. The Baron power play, the Red Bull Baron power play, not a lot quite yet, but the individual gold just so far ahead. Flandre flashing out to safety. Razork ulting not going to connect.
They're pushing bot all the meanwhile, so they get the mid wave in and they can only play on one lane now. EDG, they have a couple creeps to work with. Wunder has the TP. This tier 3 is going to start to take a little bit of damage as JJ steps forwards. Flandre trying to cancel some bases, will stop Humanoid in his tracks. Bot tier 3 will go down. Inhibitor soon to follow. Wunder's trying to get this top tower. I wonder if he'll commit the TP or is Fnatic just calling this off? Looks like they're going to back away.
Fnatic have made the call that there's no way we're going to win the fight, and they know with Baron buff, you're already going to be able to get the push. Flandre, though, still trying to stop Humanoid's backs. And so they sacrifice their inhibitor here instead.
And they have to sacrifice the Drake as well. Looks like Scout's going to go start that one up on spawn. We'll put them on the second dragon. Still 10 minutes away from a soul. They sacrificed the bots in tier 2 and tier 3 and the inhibitor and dragon. They managed to get a top tier 2 by the looks of it. Flandre's flash as well.
And right now, just such a difficult game for Fnatic. Giving up the inhibitor on the bottom side, a constant point of pressure for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, he wants it! One more ball!
Determined. He will at least get the tower back. And of course, the supers on the bottom side are a nice source of gold for whichever Fnatic carry is able to pick those up.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with Fnatic. You have no business fighting that fight there, so they sacrifice the inhibitor, and because they made that call early, they at least get that one tower back in exchange. Maybe now they can have Humanoid constantly clear out the super minions on bottom side. One inhibitor, it is possible to deal with, but the pressure is really going to mount on them.
No objectives now for the next 4 minutes, really. 20 seconds left of this Baron buff. Will EDG get this mid-tier 2? Humanoids on bottom, that's their main source of wave clear. Upset can't really step up, a bit too short range, no flash. They will get the tier 2 mid. I don't think they can continue for the tier 3. By the wave crashes, the Baron buff will fall off, so EDG will take away the jungle camps, place down their vision, and carry on farming.
And the issue is, whatever Upset has done to catch up, 3-item Sivir, to me, 4-item Sivir, just always so much scarier than that Kalista. Yes, she can avoid the Gragas, maybe the Lee Sin, it's more bruisery champions, but her raw damage output is just unmatched the later and later we get into this game.
Yeah, it's easy for him to hit frontline too. Got the armor shred as well as the extra range from rapid fire. Look for those poke little instances. Shred right through Razork and Wunder.
Scaling on the Sivir and Viktor is just going to become really hard for Fnatic to deal with. I guess the only consolation prize they have an Ornn, so they can upgrade the items to try to match that scaling a little bit. The Azir will do very well when Humanoid can get towards that Rabadons, and I think that's what Fnatic's saying. They're saying, hello, well, we got 3 items on this Kalista, but we really need a Rabadons on this Azir, and then we can start to contest these fights. Scout will have a Void Staff by that time, and Viper might just have an Infinity Edge. 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the Baron. Fnatic just trying to buy time.
And they do say that the unseen scaling is the deadliest, and Meiko right now. That's a strong cat. That's a Ludens. That's a little Hextech alternator.
6 stacks on the Dark Seal, baby.
6 stacks.
Love to see it. Yeah, the poke damage definitely is going to be brutal as well. I think Fnatic, Humanoid has done a lot for them. They're looking for him to continue to carry a lot of weight here on this Azir.
One thing, of course, we talk so much about execution. Poppy ult is going to be a big factor as well. The ability to eject a carry from a fight. Ability for Ornn to find all that CC with so much hard CC on the side of Fnatic with the Renata ultimate. There is always potential in the fight if these ultimates connect to turn it around, no matter the gold lead, no matter the scaling advantage.
I think you're absolutely right, but the problem that Fnatic are having is this Gragas ult is so disruptive to stop them from being this ball that wants to focus one target. It just splits you up so much, and especially against a Lee Sin that can then pick you off. It becomes really complicated for Fnatic to stay together and then find that team fight engage. So we'll see how they navigate it on this top tower. Wunder trying to push out that wave. Razork already channeling the ultimate. Will knock away Viper, doesn't choose to use the spell shield.
It's going to be fine. Fnatic not seeing that as a window where they can pull the trigger and fish for an engage, as Humanoid is on the bottom side right now, clearing these supers, that point of pressure that we talked about earlier. A lot of CS for him, getting closer and closer to the death cap, but it may cost them the tier 2 tower if EDG want to press the issue.
That's pretty funny, actually. Viper just takes the Poppy ultimate and then rotates over towards mid lane. Here's a little chunk onto Wunder, though. So Viper finishes up pushing that mid lane in, and now
Cask disrupting. EDG keeping the siege up. No one stepping forward to hit the tower, but Wunder getting lower and lower.
Might have it on the next wave, but we'll see how long they stick around for. 30 seconds on the spawn, bot waves coming in. Humanoid has to deal with those. He's so close to that Rabadons. And I think when Humanoid picks that up, that's when Fnatic will then feel confident to take fights and punish EDG a little bit more. Right now, it looks like they're just trying to hold on. EDG all leave the top side. They won't focus at top tier 2 anymore. Gonna base, pick up some items, refresh wards, pick up some stopwatches, because in a 10 seconds time, Baron is up, and EDG will want to force it.
And they've already done such a good job of laying down the vision necessary, the prerequisite to start this Baron. Their control so deep into the jungle of Fnatic, they know exactly where every single member is except for Upset. They'll spot him soon as he moves into the mid lane wave, giving them so much permission to walk into this area to, again, regain control over the pit, over the Fnatic jungle.
And I think there actually might be a good cross point for Fnatic here. Before Viper gets Infinity Edge, but Humanoid has already finished the death cap, so they want to make that intersection happen. Once you get that Infinity Edge on Viper, the Sivir damage for the team fight is just through the roof. So maybe with the inhibitor respawning as well, they can choose their timing and find an opening. But as you say, the vision control has been so complete on this side of the map here for EDG. They'll be able to pick it up first.
Yeah, looks like this Dragon will be pretty easy pick'ems. Fnatic's going to go through mid now, 5-man grouped up. We'll see what they choose to do. Maybe they could try to threaten some kind of Baron, but EDG have such good vision around it. Towers will help a lot in terms of flanks. Flandre looking to use that ult to disrupt again. Humanoid dashes forwards, tries to chunk out Viper a little bit, has sustain with the Yuumi by his side. Wunder trying to contest against JJ, will dash away. Flandre, there's the disruption, doesn't get a target.
Both sides just trading cooldown. Gragas ult obviously very low cooldown at this point with so much CDR, but maybe they see the opportunity. Viper chunked out. Is it big? Is it big enough? No. Ornn missing. They turned it, trying to hit somebody else. Hylissang still stepping forward. The fight a little bit split. EDG retreating well, not giving up any individual member to the collapse from Fnatic.
Yeah, EDG need to lick their wounds a little bit there. Viper needs to get the health bar back up. Meiko will have to spend a lot of mana to heal up the Sivir. There's the honey fruit to help out. Dragon 11,000 HP. EDG going through bot, not deciding to go through mid. Flandre gonna dash over. Doesn't have the E. Could be a target for Fnatic, but Razork's focusing on the Dragon, focusing on JJ.
Ultimate, he's gonna knock him back. They get the Dragon as well. This could just be their fight. Scout has to run. Viper has to run. Lee Sin trying to come back, but already the Poppy now taking out Fnatic. They've gotten what they can, but they need to run. Double flash out to safety. They're on the retreat. Hostile takeover coming. JJ flashing over, kicked back, knocked over, but he kicks him into the blast cone. Hylissang still going to drop. EDG can turn their sights to the Baron.
Support jungle down, and you're absolutely right. It looks like they might just go straight towards it. Scout has the TP, gonna TP on that top wave, and that should be an easy secure. It looked good initially there for Fnatic with the Dragon secure, but Razork got rooted up, and then Viper just cut him down.
Exactly. EDG are going to take everything off the map now. They'll take the Baron, they'll take the red quadrant of the jungle, and they can get immediately into pushing as well. Razork and Hylissang both down. They'll be wearing purple.
I wonder if Viper has Infinity Edge in base as well. I think he will.
Oh, man.
And Humanoid dashing forward, so the damage was a lot onto Viper. Ornn didn't really connect on a single target. Maybe Wunder thought that he would go to the front line first because Viper still had that spell shield up, or he'd flash the ult and he would escape. He was maybe a bit greedy for more there, but there's the 4-item Sivir now picked up.
So much of this game for Fnatic has been about surviving and finding these windows of opportunity, and while they do well around the Drake, you can see how powerful EDG are.
Yeah, I mean, Razork does a great job hitting the jungler out, then securing the smite, but as you said, this Yuumi ultimate, it cuts the team in two pieces, and so Razork has to move forward. He gets rooted, they get the kill onto him, and then on the chase here. JJ flashes over Hylissang's ultimate. They hit the blast cone, popping him closer, and they get Hylissang as well.
Really, really good Yuumi ult there. Chaos Storm also doing a lot of damage to Upset and Humanoid in the backline, so they were just calling the fight off. They were split up. 4 items on Upset, but Sivir, we know how much damage he can do in the late stages of the game. 2 minutes left on this Baron. EDG are now finally setting up on the map. I think top tier 2 will be their easy objective to look for, and then look for a 4-1 setup with Flandre having TP. And they'll do that on the top side of the map.
I have to say, there's been so much focus on how fed Viper is on this Sivir with the way that the early game went, but JJ deserves so much credit for the playmaking he's been able to accomplish here on Lee Sin. Multiple really big kicks.
Indeed, yeah, the one on mid on Upset after Humanoid dashed over the wall was crucial to help him secure the win of the fight. And now the siege for the top tier 2 begins. Wunder has TP, so maybe he goes towards Flandre and matches the Gragas. And EDG ideally want to have 2 lanes to play on. Push in top, get this tier 2, move towards mid, secure tier 3 mid, and then they can start fighting over the inhibitors and chunking them down because the bot tier 3 is already dead. Wunder's on the way to start matching. Fnatic, it's going to be really hard to hold on to this tier 2. That will fall. 1 minute 20 seconds left for Fnatic to hold on. EDG can pull the trigger to look for some kind of play with the Gragas ult.
Yeah, they're making it so hard for Fnatic to get their pick. Fnatic fishing around, trying to see if Wunder can snipe anybody with this Ornn ultimate, but EDG too safe.
Absolutely. Got a wave crashing on the bottom side as well if EDG want to try to play for that one. So many different points of pressure. It feels like Fnatic are going to have to give something up no matter what. For now, it is just the top side tier 2, an acceptable loss. Takes continue to raise, though, as we get later and later. 2 minutes away from the Dragon. Baron still strong for another minute. EDG can just push to top side. Again, you highlighted it earlier, Kobe. 1 inhibitor you can manage, 2 might not be enough, but JJ getting knocked to the wall. The chain CZ, can they burn him down? They do! They knock it back. Flandre now on the retreat. This is enough. This buys Fnatic the time to outlast the Baron.
That's a huge opening. That's your defense right there. That's what you need when you're turtled inside your base with an exposed inhibitor on bottom side. JJ up against the wall, caster cursed, and he's toast.
He is, and they'll all back away, and I think time is Fnatic's best friend right now. The longer this game goes on, the less important the gold deficit becomes because they're able to match items. Everyone's slowly building towards their 6th, and they've denied that 3rd, 4th dragon, so despite this dragon spawning in 1 minute, Fnatic could opt to just give it up. It's not Soul. Managed to steal the Soul point away, and EDG still own the map. Fnatic find it really hard to leave their base.
Fnatic just trying to lay down as much control as they can on the bottom side. Not a lot of vision, not a lot of wards in the inventory, but need to hope for more picks like that because Upset obviously coming back with the Lord Dominic. So often we see the wit's end come out for the Kalista against champions like the Viktor, who controls short-range space so incredibly well. Doesn't have the luxury of extra resistances or tanky stats. Has to focus entirely on damage to hope to match what Viper is bringing to the table.
Fnatic also are dealing with a lot of pressure because EDG have the sustain and poke advantage. So constant Yuumi harassment coming out. Sivir Qs as well, and the extra sustain here for EDG means around these objectives, they have full vision coverage. They keep poking out as Fnatic try and approach. You have to be so decisive with your play.
20 seconds on the spawn. EDG contesting the last mid wave before they go towards it. Flandre keeps hovering on the side, looking for an ult. He might get Hylissang here if he doesn't decide to step back. They do find him. They do spot him out. They could put an Azir turret up here, I think. I'm not sure if it's on cooldown, but it looks like Humanoid just going to back away. Doesn't have it up just yet. Upset, confident enough to dash forwards.
Taking a lot of damage. The cask is big. The rest of Fnatic now retreating though. Ulti cooldown down. Razork going to use Flandre as a highway to make it back out. They're fishing for the knockup. Ornn now coming in. He's unstoppable. He's going to throw it back. He's going to knock up too. Viper knocked up on the backside. But the Yuumi ult is big. The damage is big. Flandre not taken down yet. Razork getting shredded through. Humanoid still standing for now, but the Viktor ult does so much damage. Upset now chasing. Upset looking for the reset. He needs a kill. He needs to get it, but he can't. He will not be bailed out. He will be shut down. EDG taking the fight.
They stand strong and manage to ace Fnatic. I think that's going to be the game. 50-second death timers. Humanoid managed to kill Scout and JJ almost all by himself, but it's Viper who is untouched, and it's Viper who shuts Fnatic down.
The game starts with Viper getting a double kill, and the game's gonna end with Viper getting 2 Nexus turrets.
Commanding in the early game, transitioned to some beautiful fights. Fnatic fought back where they could, but EDG from start to finish, controlling this game. They will find the win. They will tie up the score. Both teams at 2-1.
Well, well, well. Quite the interesting group we have here, fellas. The level 1, my goodness. Crazy stuff. Scout, base check.